how can a business stay profitable while focusing on sustainability?
Green does not mean it's not profitable. If you look at construction industry, where there is a major landfills are getting created, the idea is to convert this waste into productive rubbers or pudding for roads. So this can be recycled. It's a good tool. You don't need to throw it, dump it in the road or dump it in the sea. Productivity is there and profitability is there.
Are there policies that are supporting this movement, or do we need stronger regulations?
No, if you look at Emirates, 2030 there is a clear vision. Landfill will be eliminated. Now, as such, we are targeting 2027, 75% of the land will be cleared. We are seeing tax breaks being given for many of the recycling industries or converting the waste into values, driven purposeful models.
What are the challenges or the biggest barriers for waste to value projects that are scaling globally?
People are not aware that there's nothing as waste. Simple, let me reframe it. Nothing as waste, everything is value driven. Wastewater, if you call it, you can convert into good water. Waste solid you have, you can convert it. So there are ways and means. This literacy needs to be created. That's what we are engaging in, you and me are engaging in. It's a good model, good return. And they think that infrastructure requirement is very, very high. No.
Hi, I'm Shruti Seetharaman, an entrepreneur who runs a digital media company and a sustainable advocate. And I am bringing you all of the ideas and innovators that help build a sustainable tomorrow. So with me today, I am joined by Dr. Seetharaman, who is an advocate for sustainability, also a global economist, and is also an advocate for green business models that turn waste into wealth. That's what we're talking about today. So welcome to the Green Generation podcast, where sustainability meets strategy. Today we're talking about waste, but not the kind you throw away. We're looking at how businesses are turning trash into treasure, from food waste solutions at Conrad Dubai to textile offcut recycling, and even transforming construction rubble into raw materials. If you've ever wondered whether sustainability can be profitable, this episode is for you, because it's going to show you just how valuable waste can be.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to dive right in to setting the stage with why waste to value matters and why is waste management such a crucial conversation for our generation right now.
Well, we're in a defining moment. It's the most urgent issue if you look at it. Over 2 million tons of waste being piled up around the world. Water contamination, air pollution, plastic pollution in the sea, and again, nature is getting destroyed. So how do we take this waste into creative values so that all the stakeholders, society can gain and we can have livelihood which is purposeful, meaningful. So that's the focus now. How do we bring in value systems to ascertain nothing is a waste? Truly, that's the reflection you're going to have after this conversation. That's the purpose of the mission. So waste is not a waste, it's a treasure.
Trash into treasure, right? So the bigger picture, what does waste to value mean? Meaning trash to treasure actually really mean? Is it just recycling, or do you look at it as something bigger than that?
Well, look at a big picture. It's not just recycling. Changing the complete design to be more purposeful and productive, creating a business model which can generate revenue from the trash, ensuring you save energy, reduce the waste, and making sure you create livelihood for people.
Yeah.
So it's an extraordinary opportunity because society has realized, world at large has realized, whether landfill or waste, rubbles, or water contamination is a commodity today, and they have understood this can be merchandised.
Okay, and now diving into some real world examples. Can you share successful businesses, for example, like Tadweer Group's Waste to Zero initiative or City's Food Waste Program, any other businesses that have successfully led the way for waste to wealth?
Absolutely, it's a fantastic model. If you look at, we are in UAE now. Tadweer, you mentioned Abu Dhabi, is a global benchmarks. How the municipal waste can be converted into productive compost, how the water can be converted through phosphorus and fertilizers. It can be turned into, the wastewater can be turned into. And we also seen cooking oil, industrial or household can turn into biofuels. There are many business models. Tadweer is one. And again, Warsaw is another one. Dubai municipality, Sharjah is another classic example. There are many, many world over models.
Like Dubai Investment Park.
That is another one.
Yeah.
Another one, they collect all the municipal waste and convert into a full-scale composite, and they segregate and they make sure it is put to productive recycling, reused. And it's a good return on investments. People who have invested in this project earn a lot.
Okay, so we have real world examples.
Yeah.
And what about like brewery grains? You did mention cooking oil, textile offcuts. How are these becoming valuable resources?
That's an unexpected turn. If you look at the brewery, the waste becomes more, you can convert into a protein powder. Animal feed you can create. So there are, if you look at yarn in a garment factory, the cut piece can be now recycled, and that's fashionable. Recycled clothes.
Yeah.
Unilever and Nestle, they use sustainability as a business model over 75% of their goods, and they are commercially viable. If you look at industrial oils, waste, now it's used for diesel, biodiesel. So, n number of usage on wastewater, waste oil, waste food. You can also waste food, you can, redistribute. You can create livelihood. You can also generate power of all this municipal waste. So it is a value-driven exercise, purposeful exercise. It's good for the planet.
Okay. And now we're moving on to what I think most of our viewers would like to hear about, which is about youth and entrepreneurship and all of that in terms of sustainability. So as startup potential, where do you see opportunities for young entrepreneurs to practice or to start that waste to value model?
Amazing opportunities. Segregation of waste, in a small scale, if you start doing it, it's a huge revenue generation. In cities, if you segregate the waste, what is wet, what is dry waste, and segregate them, it's a good one. Again, distribution of compost to various apartments is a bigger business model. Creating a platform where the buyers and sellers comes together, those who collect and then for recycling purpose, give it to the supply chain, they both make money. So because you're going to create products out of it. Now, there are plenty of examples world over. This is a new revenue generation model. It is absolutely amazing to see the kind of return you generate, even more than the conventional return.
Now, the most important part is that we also have to worry about or make sure that these are all profitable, right? So how can a business stay profitable while focusing on sustainability? Green
does not mean it's not profitable. We are taking the materials as a waste, we convert them into productive materials. So there are plenty of examples for it. So we talked about food waste. Food waste, whether hotels or industries, can be salvaged and repurposed. If you look at construction industry, where there is a major, landfills are getting created. Now, the idea is to convert this waste into productive rubbers or putting for roads. So this can be recycled. It's a good tool. You don't need to throw it, dump it in the road or dump it in the sea. Productivity is there and profitability is there in these commercial models.
Yeah, I think as long as we change our mindset to be able to reuse, repurpose, and recycle, not just recycle.
Absolutely.
Like you don't think about, like you said, some things can be used as protein powder. Repurposing completely, then you start to see how it can actually be profitable. So I think it's definitely a mind shift or a mindset change that we have to make to understand how to, adapt these models. But talking about innovation now, moving to a different sector, in terms of tech or innovation, what excites you the most right now in terms of waste management? What have you come across that you'd like to mention?
Artificial intelligence and robotic process can collect, segregate, compost, recycle. So it's an amazing convergence of technology and waste. And end of the day, the productivity crops up. So similarly, water purification technology through clear measurements is a possibility, and then convert the wastewater into phosphorus materials, right? That can be used as fertilizer as well. That technology is available. If you look at the bigger options for road transportation, all this waste oil, industrial waste or home waste, can be mobilized and then convert them into productive fuels. There are technologies available for that. AI or robotic, whatever be the modernized technology available, we are putting it into use, and commercial sense is coming out of it. Returns are generated.
Okay, and now we've spoken about industries and sort of the bigger picture and the bigger aspect of things, right? How do we make sure that these same success stories or these same models can be replicated in smaller cities, or even, like you said, like cooking oil, even at home? How do we ensure that we incorporate these models in smaller cities or at home?
See, what is happening in one part of the market, you can, with all this intelligence and information network you have to target different markets. There are plenty of such business model. Even in single market is required, because it is just a beginning. Green is the future. So essentially, if you understand what is tested, experimented, commercially proven prototypes can be replicated to any model, any country, any city. So the focus is to recognize cost versus revenue, and the material is available to you. The process is well tested, documented, and replicate this model. You will have the value advantage.
Okay. And in terms of government and policy, are there policies that are supporting this movement, or do we need stronger regulations?
No, if you look at Emirates, 2030, there is a clear vision. Landfill will be eliminated. Now, as such, we are targeting 2027, 75% of the land will be cleared. We are seeing tax breaks being given for many of the recycling industries, are converting the waste into values-driven purposeful models. We are also seeing concessional framework in terms of infrastructure creation, setting up the factories, making sure you have concessional advantage in terms of transportation, customs duty, or other, taxes. So this is going to be a bigger opportunity. It's good for the government, because they are going to maintain the hygiene. They are going to reduce the healthcare expenses. They are also enabling clean living. Yeah. So these are now, if you look at some of the buildings which are modernized or newly created buildings, the design is to deliver sustainable value. Like where we are, this is the tallest tower in the world where we are operating. 100% is green. Everything is recycled, and we are seeing the overall efficiency in terms of power as well as waste reduction.
As youth and being responsible or wanting to take up some responsibility, what small steps can individuals do today to support a circular economy?
Everyone has to. Individual or institutions, countries have to come together. So if as an individual, I will reduce the waste. I will recycle it. For example, if it is home waste, I will segregate them and create compost out of it to start with. it has to start with me. A group of individuals can turn it into a society, a community building with this. You can create gamification for this. You can reward programs for the community. You can also making sure that you have support. Public-private collaboration comes in.
Yeah.
So it is a win-win model for everyone. So why not? We engage. All of us should live a sustainable life, and sustainable value creation is part of your daily routine.
Yeah, absolutely. And you did talk a little bit about the future vision about 2030, right? What we envision for it to be. So can you dive back into it a little bit and tell us what does a zero waste city look like in 2030?
Zero waste is not a dream. We have countries, 2025 they have accomplished, like Denmark, Copenhagen.
Yeah.
Now they used even the municipal waste for sky ropes, and the platform which they created in many roads are all through recycled materials. So 2030 we should have no landfills. Recycling bins fully segregated. The waste is when it's originated, it gets into segregation. Composts are created automatically. Technology is integral part of the overall makeup in every city. Sustainable cities, after all, we are trying to create around the world, isn't it? Yeah. It's not only Denmark or Copenhagen or Dubai or Singapore. There are many things to do, and many countries are also envisioning such value creation.
Okay, and while talking about the future vision and how possibly the next decade is going to look like, what are the challenges or the biggest barriers for waste to value projects that are scaling globally?
People are not aware that there's nothing as waste. Simple, let me reframe it. Nothing as waste. Everything is value driven. Everything, you can create values. Wastewater, if you call it, you can convert into good water. Waste solid you can convert it. So there are ways and means. This literacy needs to be created. That's what we are engaging in, you and me are engaging in. It's a good model, good return. And they think that infrastructure requirement is very, very high. No. Today, the government around the world is a great enabler because it's a win-win. Yeah. So it is not costly either to invest. Yeah, literacy is important. Government are also giving subsidies for this kind of business model. They give even the seed capital to generate such. So why not? Create value and make the most out of it. Be purposeful in your mission as well. Absolutely. Not only profitability is going to come, purpose is also there in your diction.
Yeah, profit, purpose, all of it. And we have in the previous podcast episodes at least explained, I don't know if I want to say broken the myth about how sustainability is not so expensive, but also now I want to do something which is, I guess, a call to action for our viewers. So if you had one challenge for the listeners or our viewers, what would it be? One challenge that you'd like to give them, or one challenge that you think might be something that gets in the way of the waste to value model that they should start acting upon?
Get on with it today. You be the change agent. Segregate the waste. Whatever the waste comes in your office environment or your business environment or at home, create compost out of it. Distribute to the society, and making sure you build a community around your network and propagate this culture. It's all value driven. It has got a good commercial model. That's all you have to do. Be purposeful, enjoy the commercial return out of the waste, and also make sure everyone is living with a sense of purpose, right? That's what sustainable living is all about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was Dr. Seetharaman helping us rethink that waste is an opportunity and not a burden. So remember, every choice you make, every piece of waste you direct is a step towards a circular future. If you love this episode, don't forget to share us, tag us, view, like, subscribe, comment, all of it. We would truly appreciate it, and hopefully we have inspired you to redirect and repurpose how you look at waste. And don't forget to keep watching. We will see you in the next one.